For 20 points. In 1991, Barbara Mikulski, Alan Dixon, Ted Stevens, and Nancy Kissenbaum all held this elected position.
Grant.
Okay, Norm.
Senator.
U.S. Senator is correct, yes, and Grant's on the board. Early 90s for 20 points. This quote from a 1991 periodical referred to this country. While Belgrade fiddled, Croatia burned.
Grant.
Okay, Matt.
Yugoslavia.
Yugoslavia, yes, for 20 points. Early 90s for 40 points. In 1992, 350 years after the fact, the Pope admitted that the church was wrong to condemn this citizen of Pisa, Italy.
A steal by Madison.
Our first steal from Brendan from Madison's side. Okay, come around then.
Galileo.
That's correct. Galileo for 40 points. Hey, this is going to be fun. Good team. Early 90s for 10 points. He was police chief of Los Angeles in 1991. At the time, a brutal beating of a black motorist by police took place.
Grant.
Okay, Jedediah?
Jedediah.
Okay.
Daryl Gates.
Daryl Gates, yes, for 10 points. Okay, let's go to the next category. Okay, it's rock legends. This was put in more for the teachers for 8. Rock legends for 10 points. Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper, and this other rock legend all perished when their plane crashed during stormy weather.
Madison.
Okay, Kathy.
Richie Valens.
Richie Valens, yes, very good for 10 points. Rock legends for 10 points again. This Roy Orbison hit of the mid-60s was discovered by a whole new generation of youngsters after this flick was released that starred Richard Gere and Julia Roberts.
Madison, but a steal by Grant.
A steal by Chris from Grant's side. Okay, come around and talk it over with your teammates.
Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman, very good for 10 points. Rock legends for 20 points. This rock group, whose lyrics were heard over the opening credits of Saturday Night Fever, starring John Travolta, is making a mild comeback.
A steal by Madison.
Brendan.
The Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees, yes, for 20 points. Okay. Rock legends for 20 points. This Western drama starred Elvis Presley. It was his first appearance on the silver screen, and the movie's hit song was also its title.
Madison.
Okay, Andrew.
Jailhouse Rock.
That is incorrect, Madison. Okay, Grant, you have 3 seconds. That is Love Me Tender. Rock legends for 40 points. There have been 3 movies released over the years with the title Jazz Singer. The latest release in 1980 starred this, Diamond in the Rough.
Madison, but a steal
Oh,
by
a steal
Grant.
by Chris on Grant's side. Okay, they're stealing.
Neil Diamond.
Neil Diamond is, yes, for 40 points. Okay, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll meet the team from Grant right after these messages. Thanks, everybody. Welcome back to the Hollywood Video High Five Challenge. The scores right now, Grant's in the lead with 2,100 points, and Madison with 2,050. A little background how this match started. The Lloyd Center Optimist Club suggested that they work with the Junior Optimist Clubs at Grant, so we decided to try a match like this, and the Junior Optimist kids are involved in this match, and as well as the Optimist Club from the Lloyd Center. So let's hear it for the Lloyd Center Optimist Club for suggesting this. Okay, now, John Williams, how about introducing all 10 players from Grant?
All righty, Wayne, here we go. This team profile is brought to you by Pepsi, Generation Next. First up, Chris Brown, a senior at Grant. Music and drama takes up much of his free time as he's a member of 2 different choir groups. Let's welcome Matt Talley, a senior and co-president of the class of '98. He's also a 4-time student leader for Outdoor School. A member of Grant's varsity soccer team, Jedediah Peterson, also enjoys listening to music and playing the drums. And we welcome Michael Mayo. Michael is studying advanced math so he can read 20th century physics papers. Currently, his interest, he's also been teaching for 15 years. We welcome Chris Hager, a science, computer, and English teacher. He's also the school's recycling coordinator. Say hello to Norm Baird. Norm has been teaching physics at Grant since 1991. He came to the world of teaching through Lewis and Clark College. A senior at Grant, Kim McLean, is the captain of the Grant dance team, also a member of the Royal Blues Chamber Ensemble. Next up, Patrick Malarkey, a senior at Grant. He plans a career in the insurance industry. Physics teacher Charles Martell has been teaching at Grant for 15 years. Besides physics, tennis, and 2 acres of brush keep him busy. And we welcome Woody Pengelly. Woody is a junior at Grant. He's involved in wrestling, Model United Nations, and theater. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Grant Generals.
Okay, thank you, John William. A good-looking team. Okay, teams, you can take your place back, and you can step back off and let these new 5 players have their spot. And we'll meet Madison later on, but right now let's go to the next category. Okay, it's amendments for 10 points. This kind of punishment is prohibited by the 8th Amendment to the Constitution.
Grant.
Hey, Michael. You got it. Yes, for 10 points. Cruel and unusual. For 20 points. This amendment grants judges the right to disallow evidence secured by officers who enter a home without a warrant.
Grant.
Okay, Matt.
The 4th?
That's correct. The 4th. Very good. Amendments for 10 points. In 1990, the courts ruled that burning the flag as an expression of political dissent does not jeopardize the freedom guaranteed by this amendment.
Grant.
Okay, Michael. The First Amendment, yes. Amendments for 40 points. The 19th Amendment states, the right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied on the basis of this.
Madison.
Okay,
Steal by Grant.
Grant, okay, Chris, that's their final steal for this half. Okay.
Gender?
Gender or sex, yes, for 40 points. And that was your final steal for this half. Amendments for 20 points. This amendment to the U.S. Constitution requires due process of law.
Grant.
Okay, Michael.
16th.
That's incorrect, Grant. Okay, Madison, 3 seconds. It is the 14th. Let's go to the next category. With a ball for 10 points. In football, players with numbers from 80 to 89 normally play this position.
Grant.
Okay, Matt.
Wide receiver?
Wide receiver or end. Yes, very good for 10 points. With a ball for 20 points. In baseball, this is what you call the dirt strip that lies between the end of the outfield grass and the fence.
Grant.
Okay, Matt.
The warning track?
Warning track, yes, for 20 points. With a ball for 20 points again. In football, eligible receivers include players up to this far behind the line of scrimmage. That is 1 yard. With a ball for 40 points. Known as Papa Bear, this legendary Bears coach and owner amassed 324 wins in his 40-year career. Okay,
Grant.
Oh, now we have a steal by Pat. Okay, Madison, their final steal for this half. Okay.
George Hallis.
George Hallis, yes, for 40 points. They're fighting over the buzzers. Okay, with a ball for 10 points. In baseball, this term refers to the 4th batter in the lineup.
Grant.
Okay, Matt.
Cleanup hitter.
Cleanup hitter, okay. You had no more steals, so let's go to the next category. Chemistry. Both teams have used their steals up for this half, so you can tap them all you want. They don't work for this half. Chemistry for 20 points. This is the term used to describe a process in which energy is released.
Grant.
Okay, Michael.
Exothermic.
That's correct. Exothermic. Very good. Chemistry for 10 points. The value of colligative property of a solution depends only on this other property of the solution. That's concentration. Chemistry for 40 points. These are the weakest of the 3 major types of intermolecular forces.
Grant.
Okay, Michael.
Van der Waals.
Van der Waals, yes. Very good. Chemistry for 20 points. This term describes a chemical process in which heat energy is absorbed.
Grant.
Okay, Michael.
Endothermic.
Endothermic, very good. And chemistry for 10 points. Helium, neon, and argon belong to this group of chemical elements.
Grant.
Okay, Michael.
The
Quickly.
the gases, the perfect gases.
That's incorrect, Grant. Okay, Madison, 3 seconds. Okay, Michelle.
The noble gases.
Noble gases, very good. Okay. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll meet the team from Madison. You stick around after these messages. Thanks, everybody. Welcome back. Let's check those scores. Grant's in the lead still with 2,270 points. Madison not too far behind with 2,100. John Williams, now it's your turn to introduce the Madison Senators, and good luck with all 14.
All righty, Wayne. This team profile brought to you by ABC Technologies, enabling better management decisions. First up, senior Andrew Tinker, a 3-year member of High Five. He runs 100 and 200 meters in track and enjoys watching TV. Next up, senior Joshua Tabshi. Joshua took first place as a sophomore in Speak Off. He's in drama, speech, and plays football. Say hello to junior Brendan Price, a straight-A student who also finds time to play football and be in junior class council. Next up, senior Janice Battle. Janice won first place in the Scholars Bowl in Moscow, Idaho. She's president of the Multicultural Club. Next up, Ron Hudson. He's an administrator at Madison. As a matter of fact, he's been there for 15 years, a graduate of the University of Washington and Portland State. Say hello to senior Michelle Bishop, or Shell. She is a wrestling team manager, also plays golf, and is on the speech team. And we welcome John Riken, a senior interested in majoring in psychology or business in college. Next up, Patrick Gonzalez teaches English, speech, and drama. Coaches one of the largest speech teams in the state called the Mad Mouths. Next up, sophomore Scott Radmaker. Scott hopes to become a lawyer. He's a varsity wrestler, and he's on the honor roll. And we welcome Kathy Rennick-Geisler. Kathy is photo staff advisor. She's involved with PTA and enjoys golfing, traveling, and photography. Say hello to Patrick McCormick, a graduate of University of San Francisco, enjoys soccer, travel, and hiking. And we welcome Molly Schwabe. She is a master gardener and a writer. She's also co-advisor of the National Honor Society as well as ex-tennis coach. And next up, Andrew Woodle. Andrew is a senior who wants to be a microbiologist. He's a key club member, that is, and a member of the Multicultural Club. And finally, we welcome sophomore Thomas Green. Thomas won awards in science and English in his freshman year. He's in Writers Club. Actually, he's the president, and outside of school, he performs community service at a nursing home. Welcome the Senators of Madison High School.
Okay, all but 5 walk off. And let's check the next 5 categories. We'll have trivia, potpourri, famous Americans, straights and bays, and movies 97. Let's go to that next category. Okay, potpourri. Also, Ron Hudson is also the principal at Madison. So let's hear it for the principal if he's showing up. Okay, here we go, potpourri for 10 points. The Sparrow admitted killing this nursery rhyme character with his bow and arrow.
Grant.
Okay, Michael.
Who killed Cock Robin?
Cock Robin, yes, very good. 10 points, a little more applause. A little more applause, let's hear it. Okay, potpourri for 10 points. This is the maximum value of the sine of an angle.
Grant.
Michael.
1.
1, yes, very good. Potpourri for 20 points. Dapple was the name of the donkey on which this character, a faithful squire, rode through Spain.
A steal by Madison.
Oh, Ron, the principal, is coming around to talk it over with his teammates from Madison. Okay, Ron, I need your response. Okay. Okay. Ron, whoops, time is up. Okay, Grant, we need 3 seconds from your side. Oh, you got to ring in. Oh, you didn't ring in, so neither team got it. Okay, it's Sancho Panza from Don Quixote. Potpourri for 20 points. President Clinton called this F-16 fighter pilot a hero for surviving 6 days by eating leaves, ants, and droplets of water.
Grant.
Okay, Matt.
Craig Button.
That is incorrect, Grant. Okay, Madison, 3 seconds. That is Captain Scott O'Grady. Potpourri for 40 points. This Shakespearean character was a fat old knight friend of young Prince Hal and a self-conceived brave womanizer.
Grant.
Okay, Michael.
Falstaff.
Falstaff, yes, for 40 points. Let's go to another category. Okay, it's famous Americans. We'll see how famous they are. 10 points. In the 1960s, this president outlined an anti-poverty program that would create a great society.
Grant, but a steal by Madison.
Ron from Madison stealing for the...
Lyndon Johnson.
Lyndon Johnson, yes, for 10 points. Famous Americans for 40 points. Barron versus Baltimore was the last, and Marbury versus Madison was the first major constitutional decision of this Supreme Court Chief Justice.
Grant.
Okay, Michael.
John Marshall.
You got it. 40 points. Very good. Famous Americans for 10 points. This president was called His Fraudulency because he won the presidency in the disputed election of 1876.
Grant.
Okay, Matt.
Hayes.
Yes, Rutherford B. Hayes. Very good. For 20 points. This man organized and directed the U.S. Secret Service during the Civil War.
Grant.
Michael.
Pinkerton.
Mick, yes, that's correct, for 20 points. Alan Pinkerton. And Famous Americans for 20 points. This man signed the U.S. Declaration of Independence large enough so that King George could read my name without his glasses.
Grant.
Okay, Woody.
Excuse me, John Hancock.
You got it, John Hancock. Way to go, Woody. Let's go to another category. Okay, it's Movies 97 for 20 points. In this recently released hit, Peter Fonda harvests a honey of a role as a former Vietnam fighter raising bees and 2 troubled grandkids.
Grant.
Okay, Patrick.
Yuli's Gold.
Yuli's Gold, very good. For 10 points. This sequel to Jurassic Park stars smart aleck mathematician Ian Malcolm, again played by Jeff Goldblum.
Grant.
Okay, Patrick.
Lost World.
The Lost World, very good. Movies for 20 points. In this summer box office hit, Tommy Lee Jones and this former TV star turned movie actor keep tabs on various sorts of aliens in Men in Black.
A steal by Grant.
Steal by Chris from Grant's side. Okay.
Will Smith.
Will Smith, very good for 20 points. Movies for 10 points. In this box office flop of sorts, Bruce Willis plays a renegade cabbie trying to keep the world safe for love.
Grant.
Okay, Patrick.
The Fifth Element.
Fifth Element, very good. And for 40 points, this former star of Saturday Night Live cranked out a script for Austin Powers in 3 weeks while also performing with his retro mod band, Ming T.
Grant.
Okay, Patrick.
Michael Myers.
Mike Myers, very good for 40 points. One more category and we'll go take a break. Okay, Straits and Bays for 20 points. The Hudson Strait separates the province of Quebec from this enormous island.
A steal by
another
Grant.
steal from Grant's side, from Chris.
Newfoundland.
That is incorrect, Grant. Okay, Madison, 3 seconds. No talking, please. Okay, Brendan.
Greenland.
That is also incorrect. It's Baffin Island, so you would have got it wrong anyway. Okay, 10 points, Straits and Bays. This strait separates France and Great Britain.
Grant.
Okay, Michael.
The Straits of Dover.
That's correct. Or the English Channel, either one. Straits and Bays for 20 points. A ria is the drowned mouth of a river. This bay is one of the world's largest rias and the drowned mouth of the Susquehanna River. We got one past them. I can't believe it. Chesapeake Bay. Okay. Straits and Bays for 40 points. This strait separates Spain and Morocco.
Madison.
Okay, Josh.
Strait of Gibraltar.
You got it. Gibraltar. Very good. And Straits and Bays for 10 points. This piece of real estate, known as the Rock or Alcatraz, lies in this bay.
Grant.
Okay.
A steal by
A
Madison.
steal by the principal from Madison. Their final steal. Okay. Come around, Ron.
San Francisco Bay.
You got it. San Francisco Bay. Okay. Let's find our final category today. Trivia. We've had a lot of fun right now. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back after these messages.
Well, we're very proud to be part of the Hollywood Video High Five Challenge, and the reason why we are involved with the High Five Challenge is because it's such a positive, show, and just, what the students are doing there is positive. I think it's good whenever students can figure out a way to have fun in an educational environment, which I think happens at the High Five Challenge.
Hey, we're all having a good time. Let's check those scores. Madison has 2,100 points, and Grant's in the lead right now with 2,470. Before we go to that final category, John Williams, what will these teams receive for their efforts today?
Wayne, all players from both teams receive movie memorabilia provided by Hollywood Video, featuring movie-themed T-shirts or hats and 3 free Hollywood Video rentals good on more than 12,000 movies. All players from both teams also receive CD versions of the American Concise Encyclopedia containing more than 5,000 up-to-date entries, a must for the home or office, provided by Charter Investment Group of Portland. All teachers from today's winning team receive personalized hairstyling from Richard Herrera About Hair Salon in downtown Portland. Looking for that look? Look no further than Richard Herrera About Hair. All students from today's winning team each receive lunch or brunch certificates courtesy of McCormick & Schmick's family of fine restaurants. All teachers and students from today's runner-up team each receive 2 certificates for lunch at Machismo Mouse restaurants. Watch for new tastes and hearty flavors, fresh, fit, fast Mexican, and more. Back to you, Wayne.
Thank you, John Williams. Here we go with trivia. All point values are doubled, so here we go with a 40-pointer. This is the only country in the world with a solid single-colored flag. That is Libya, all green. Trivia for 20 points. Within 10 million years, it takes the sun this long to complete one circuit of our galaxy. Gave him 10 million years. Okay, 220 million is why. Okay. Trivia for 40 points. Elvis had a twin brother who died at birth. This was his brother's name. It is Garin. Trivia for 80 points. This type of animal found off the coast of England is the longest animal in the world. Trivia is supposed to be easy. Jellyfish, okay. Trivia for 20 points. U.S. currency isn't made out of paper, but from this material.
Madison.
Okay, Patrick.
Cotton.
That is incorrect, Madison. Okay, Grant, 3 seconds. Okay, Charles.
It's linen.
Linen, yes, for 20 points. Very good. Now let's check the scores. Madison ended up with 2080, and Grant, 2,490. Today's champion, the team from Grant. Let's hear it for both teams. They did a great job. And we thank you for joining us here today on the Hollywood Video High Five Challenge. So long, everybody. See you next week. We'll have another one just like it. So long. Way to go.